MTN SME Hub. Link to growth. Link to success. Link to the ultimate resource for business advice and insights.
Welcome back to the Big Small Business Show. In studio with us today, we've got Nellie Lester. She's Managing Director of WS & Company. And this is part 2 of our 2-part series on us becoming better at self-mastery and better leaders and better entrepreneurs, all to do with our personal development. Nellie, we were talking about the team. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there's the saying, if you want loyalty, buy a dog, you know. But how do I build loyalty? Having said that, how do you want a loyalty? It's something you want a loyalty. How do you build loyalty within a team? And how would you take a dysfunctional team that's not working together, that's quite, let's call it all about themselves.
Right.
So I don't want to use the word selfish, but maybe let's just use it. It's all about themselves and make them work as a team. Mm-hmm. How could I, as a leader, influence teamwork and loyalty?
I think businesses that tend to do well are the ones who are clear on what it is that they want to deliver on. So you spoke earlier about vision setting and goal setting and all of that. If the leader can clarify, constantly making that vision, that goal crystal clear to the team members, that would be a start in ensuring that all the people who are in the team, are on the right bus. In other words, they know where the destination is. They boarded the right bus and therefore know that, that's the goal, that's where we want to get to. So clarifying the reason why we do what we do, I think is one way of building loyalty, because you've got a shared understanding and you've got a shared vision of where you want to go. Secondly, in terms of building loyalty, I would imagine that it has to be worth my while. For me to remain loyal. A dog, loves to be fed, and so if you feed them, they don't really mind, like I'll come, I'll have my meal. So I think there has to be, a reciprocal, relation in terms of building loyalty. Yeah. We are doing this together. I gain, you gain. Yes. So if a team member understands that there is value, to be made out of this collaboration or this partnership, then clearly they'll remain loyal. It also helps to know what's driving your team members. Somebody could say, I'm a graphic designer, I come here to do graphic design, but you might not know what else is driving that person. There could be something else that they want to do with the money that they gain from being a graphic designer. And if you don't know that, you'll think, I've satisfied their need, I pay them the salary that they want, that's all that I'm, getting out of them. They might not be loyal, because they might then say, well, I've gained the money that I need to go on that holiday to Australia, and therefore I'm leaving, So their loyalty has been broken because they were loyal to something else more than they were just offering you a service to try and get to the goal that they wanted to get to. So I think in building a team, it's quite helpful, again, to be quite aware, of what's driving these team members, why they do what they do. Not to say people can't have external goals, when they come to work, but they have to be as equally vested and interested in the outcome or the goals that the business has. And the more people you have in your team that share in that vision that you have as a business owner, the better for you, as opposed to those who come for quite personal reasons, so to say. So you might not find as high level of loyalty amongst those members. So hiring right is helpful, and you can tweeze that out by getting a sense, if the work that you do is of interest to this person in both personal and vocational basis, or if not, then you know who to get off the bus early enough. Otherwise, it could be a challenge.
I want to get to the teamwork part of the conversation, but you touch on getting off the bus and about in the teams. Sometimes it's important that you exit somebody. Okay, do you want to talk about that message is in the ecosystem, so to speak? People know that if somebody didn't contribute to the team, that they are no longer welcome?
Yeah. It's a difficult subject to have, and how to do it. Yeah. Some people is just like, you're fired, there's the door.
Yeah.
But I think there's also, if you're a true leader who's self-aware and understands, where people are, I think it's also helping those kinds of people to know why this might not be the right place for them. And I think as a leader, you ought to sit such member of the team down and say, this is what I expected. This is the vision that we'd set up. This is the goals that we've set up. You are not meeting those goals for X, Y, and Z reasons. There could be other things that you are better at, but they might not be at this particular location. So helping that person walk away with a sense of where else they could go and why the fit didn't happen for them in that place. So it's giving feedback that is helpful as opposed to feedback that is destructive. Because somebody could walk away really dejected and thinking, I'm the worst person on the face of the earth. Nobody wants me, or, I'm just no good. They're going back to a family. They're going back to a society. So how do you let them back out into that family setting or that societal setting with their integrity intact? And so leadership is also about helping others, become clearer about what their agendas are, what they're good at, and why they might not be a fit in a particular context.
We've got 2 minutes left in the segment. Let's just touch on that teamwork and some tips on how to elicit more teamwork.
One way that I would imagine, and what we've used in the teams that we've worked with, is being able to listen, listen to understand as opposed to listen to, I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing you. And I think it's in close listening that you completely comprehend or allow the other person to come through in their most authentic way, in their most direct or most kind of present, form of being. So in terms of building teams, if I feel I'm not being listened to, I could, start withdrawing, so I'm not bringing my ideas to the table. I'm waiting to be told what to do. I'm very cautious. I worry that I could be punished, if I say something, differently. So in building that team, I think the leader has to ensure that each team members understands that they have responsibility to bring their best to the table. And that, for example, failure is not a bad thing. If you've done a mistake, own up and say, I've done a mistake in this, how do I learn out of this? And to give sufficient feedback to help that person to do better the next time. And in so doing, allowing team members to fail, but failing safely within the organization. And also to be confident enough to know that if I have a misstep, it's not the end of me. I can be supported. And that's what team members do. You support each other to ensure that the goal is still being realized. And it takes a self-aware leader to be able to manage a team in that way. You don't want to be that leader that people run away when they hear your steps coming down the corridor.
Yeah. That's a good place to end the segment. When we come back, Nellie and I will be talking about building a network of mentors and other support people in your network to make you a better person, a better leader in your organization. Stay tuned.
MTN SME Hub, link to business success.